of all, functions can be considered as machines. You have a function, and it is a machine. You're going to use some input values. There are some input values, and your function takes these input values and makes some changes to those input values and give you some output values. Output values. Very good. For example, let y be equals to 2x. What we have learned so far, we learned that y equals to 2x represents a line. We know that y equals to 2x is a line. Remember how to graph this line. We say that, hey, we use a table, we plug in some values for x and evaluate y. So y is equal to 2x. So I'm going to enter some input values, inputs for x, and then my function, my machine, which is defined as 2 times x, will change those x values and give me some y values. So I'm going to enter some numbers. I'm going to enter 0. If I enter 0 as x, my y becomes 2 times 0, which is 0. So what's the meaning of that? It means that 0 came into the machine to this function, which is 2 times x, and it gave me 0 back. 0 in, 0 out. It means that 0 and 0 is a point on the graph of the line. Okay, not that bad. It was so simple. What if I plug in another number, like a half? 1 divided by 2. This is my new input. So instead of 0, I'm going to use a half. I'm going to enter a half into this machine, see what changes this machine makes into a half and what is the output value. So y is defined as 2 times x, and my x is a half. So 2 times a half. Well, 2 and 2, they cancel out each other. When they cancel out each other, I'm left with 1. Oh, okay. I entered a half, and this function makes some adjustments to a half, and it gave me 1. What's the meaning of that? It means that point with first coordinate a half and second coordinate y is a point on the graph. Okay, very good. So in math, instead of using y equals to f of x, we can write y equals to f of x. So we say that, hey, y is equal to function of x. In this case, it is defined as 2x. So y equals to function of x. We just officially introduced y as a function of x. Very good. So we can rewrite y equals to 2x as a function notation. Function notation, y equals to f of x, or f of x is equal to 2x. Very good. We can continue this process. You can enter more numbers for your x and evaluate your y value or your function at those values. So now you can write. So we can write the following. If x is equal to 0, then f of 0, which is my y value, equals to 2 times 0 or 0. So y is 0. If x is equal to 1/2, then f of 1/2 is 2 times 1/2, which is 1. So y is 1. They have the same meaning, just different representation for y. Very well. Now that we have functions, we're interested in knowing how to add, subtract, multiply, divide, and compose functions. So we have different operations for functions. Operations between functions. So we can add functions. We can subtract functions. We can multiply functions. We can divide functions. And finally, we can compose functions. These are the operations between functions. So officially, we define addition and subtraction. We have definition, then we have examples. Definition. Let f of x and g of x be two functions. The sum between them, the addition between them, the sum or addition between f of x and g of x is denoted by f plus g. So this is just a representation, guys. F plus g of x. It is defined as, which is simply f of x plus g of x. So when you read a question, when you're solving a homework, answering to quiz, and you see f plus g of x, so f plus g of x, this is how we read this, is nothing but f of x plus g of x. Example. Let f of x be 2x and g of x be 3x plus 5. When I ask you to find f plus g of x, I'm just simply asking you to add the definition of f and g. So this example simply asks us to add these functions. How? F plus g of x by definition is f of x plus g of x. It's f of x plus g of x. Don't let this confuse you. This is just the representation. This is the logo. This is the arm. Just representation. The meaning is taking f, taking g, adding them together. So what is f? F is 2x plus, what is g? G is 3x plus 5, 3x plus 5. We have like terms. You're going to combine these together. 2x plus 3x is 5x. You get 5x plus the constant 5. Guys, this is not equal to 6x. Do not confuse addition between a linear term and a constant. This is not 5x. Your final answer is 5x plus 5.